exercise before you start working out, but you all should know that, but we're here. Okay, so one gripe, I'm gonna get the gripes off the bat, right? One gripe I have about this machine is that it does start on 10 pounds. So that's our lightest denomination here is 10 pounds. In a perfect world, that would be 5 pounds, okay? So 10 pounds is heavy off the bat. But this is a multi-purpose machine. So we've got some upper body elements, okay, and then we've got some lower body elements here. But it's all using a pin system, which is gonna be here. You can go up in weight by lowering that pin, or lower in weight by raising it up to the top. So whenever we approach a machine, typically I like to look out for yellow. So if I'm correct, yellow is all of our adjustable pieces, right? So this is of course adjusting the weight. And then the only other yellow I see are gonna be these pins, which release these cables. But our most important yellow piece is gonna be actually down below. So this yellow pin is what raises and lowers this piece. And that's gonna become important in a moment when I show some of those lower body exercises. Yeah. So did we all get a feel for that? We saw where that is. So I pull here, and then it allows a sliding feature up and down. So I think there's 3 different adjustments. There's 1, and then there's 2, and then there's 3 down at the bottom, okay?
Looks like you have another one in front.
Is there another yellow? Do we see another yellow?
On the other side.
Yeah, so this one,
In the middle.
good eye, good eye. So this one is just to unlatch this cable, but since this is just the basic V1, you won't actually ever have to touch this at all. So this just works this function, and it won't ever need to be removed that way. But, all right, does that make sense so far?
Yeah.
Just so, in general, always look for the adjustable pieces. For example, that new step has a lot of green on it. Those are all of our adjustable bits. So there's a couple different functions with this. Okay, we're gonna go through all the upper body ones first. Okay, our main movements with upper body are gonna be our pull moves and our push moves. Okay, we're gonna go through all the pull moves to start. That would be the back. I'm gonna go over to the lowest setting. Okay, we're here. And then one of the considerations with this machine is how far this reaches. So Jean and I were trying to do it on our own, and it's actually pretty challenging to reach all the way over and grab for that cable. So one thing I'll do is you can pull here and then grab with that other hand. Okay, another thing you can do is you can grab here and pull with that other hand. Anything that'll help you get it back to your position so you can start nice and strong, okay? I'm trying to drive my chest into the pad and then pull by driving those elbows back behind, okay? And one thing that's the most important part of using a machine like this is making sure our mount and our dismount are as safe as possible. So I could just let go, but it's gonna make a big slamming noise. I'm just gonna repeat the same process I used to get into that machine and then dismount. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so our first one is gonna be that row, that pull motion here for the back. Number 2, okay, you can do it facing either this direction or the other one. Once again, our mount and our dismount are gonna be the most important part, okay, of this movement. We have an adjustable piece here, but it doesn't, any of these cables you won't need to worry about. This is simply to latch and unlatch this attachment. So I would grab onto the bar first, make sure my weight is adequate, and then I would sit down into that machine and then pull down to the bottom, okay? Once again, 10 pounds to start is pretty aggressive. It's pretty heavy to start, but Jean and I were able to do it pretty well. So this is something that I would say most people are gonna be able to do. It's gonna be pretty accessible. This one being a little bit more challenging. Okay, this one, just because this unit and mechanism has a weight of its own. Okay, so it actually equates to about 15 plus pounds. but you can really crank this up if you want to. All right, so now we're gonna go into our push moves. So we have our row, we have our pull down there, and this is gonna be a little bit of an awkward position, but you're gonna grab one cable, okay? You're gonna make your way over safely. You're gonna take a seat, find a way to grab this other cable, and this is kind of an awkward position to start in, okay, especially for those of us who have shoulder issues. So I would not recommend this move for most, especially if you have shoulder issues. And then we drive our back into the pad and push that way. Okay, but once again, check out how awkward this position, getting out, okay, putting a lot of stress on that shoulder, and then getting out, putting a lot of stress there as well.
Is there no adjustment for these to come out further?
No, I'm
You would
afraid
think there
not.
would be.
Yeah, I know. So typically what will happen is there'll be a pin system here, so you can adjust. But this one, this is what you,
There's a limit to $6,000.
yeah, what you see is what you get on this one, unfortunately. So once again, I would grab my straps somehow and then push. This is a great one if you're with someone else because they can help you get into that position. But this is a great chest press move here, okay? All right, so those are our upper bodies. Let's do some lower body. So this